Sharon Brennan here, Cottage Lane Stamper. I'm trying to see if I'm sideways or whatever. Look at my other phone. And so far it looks good. If you're out there, please say hi. I'll try to watch the comments on my other phone. And I think I might have gotten the kinks finally worked out. So here's good. We need to turn this other phone down. There we go. Little background noise from my other phone. So I am going to close the blinds right behind me just a second. I'll be right back. A little bit too much glare. Let's see. I think there's a way to fix it, but I'm not going to play around with anything right now. So if you're there, please say hi. And just so I know that people can see me. So thanks for joining me today. I couldn't decide what to do this week, so I volunteered to do a couple of cards, graduation cards for church, and I found this one. I hope it's appropriate. Wendy, if you see this and you think it's not good for a college-age student for graduation, let me know. Anyway, it's a fun fold, and I'm going to, well, I am calling it Head and Shoulders Above, because there we go. It folds down like this, and if you look at it from the back, kind of from the top, it looks like someone's head and their shoulders with the gown on. So let me put my phone down and get started on it. See if that's good. Wait to see. It's like 20-second delay. See how I'm set up on my desktop there. Let's see, a little bit. That might be good. So here's the card. And we're a little crooked. And then kind of anal, so there we go. That's better. So this is the card if you're looking at it from above. And it folds like this, and you probably will need to put it in an A6 envelope, and unless you're hand delivering, if you're hand delivering this, you'll probably need to put extra postage on it because it's going to be a little bit thicker than 1/4 of an inch. So it says, "You are capable of amazing things. Congratulations." And I cut out this little, I stamped this this hat from another stamp that I had, and just fussy cut it. And this laurel wreath is actually from the golf dies, which is retiring, and I think this is a great set. If you have people that golf, this is a wonderful set for men. And the golfing is kind of a sweet spot in my heart because my late husband and I used to do that every week. So the golfer, and this is, you can stamp the laurel wreath, or you can just die cut it, and I just die cut it. I didn't stamp it. And this is great for Father's Day too. So if you got a golfer that's a father that's a golfer, this is a great set. And like I said, this is retiring, so you'll need to order it before May 3rd. That's 2021 if you're watching it after that. So anyway, I found this from, let's see, I cased it actually from Inspiring Ink. I think she might be in the UK. And I'm making 2 of these cards. This one actually is for a graduate from St. Olaf because their colors are black and gold from what I could find. If you don't know the colors of the school, especially if it's a college and they're not close to you, you can Google it for the school colors. So actually I created a template because it is, I think it's going to be a little hard to see with my scoring and stuff. So let us get going. Oh, and then I was going to take to the amazing, you are capable of amazing things. Congrats comes from Hydrangea Haven. That's in the mini catalog, January to June 2021. So anyway, my son must be printing something because I hear the printer going. And I don't know, do you want to say hi, Doug, to all the people out there? So we have a piece of cardstock that's basic black. It's 9 by 4.5. And then we have another piece that is, I need to cut another piece of whisper white. This one is also basic black. It is 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. And you'll need a piece of basic white that is, let's see, get my measurements correct here. Let's see, 3 by 3. And this will be the piece that your sentiment is stamped on. So, oh, sorry about that. It's a little loud. That way. So we're going to set that aside. And as long as I got this out, we're going to start with the scoring. So on the long side, you're going to score at 4.5. See that? 4.5. And 2 1/4. So, bring my template out here. So I've scored this one and this one. Now we are going to score these. You can do score marks, but I actually used a ruler and drew where I was going to score first. So this, we're going to start on the side. This is a half with the score marks on it. We're going to start on this side here, and we're going to mark off 2 1/4 here on this side. Let's see, 2 1/4 and 2 1/4, and that's measuring it from the 4.5 inch score line, and then 2 1/4 at the bottom. So you can do it with your scoring tool too, but I just decided to do it by with a little pencil mark, and I can just erase them. So now I'm going to bring my paper trimmer back in. Nope, I keep doing that, sorry. And I'm going to draw a score line. I'll bring this back in. I'm going to draw a score line from here to here, from this 2 1/4 to this 2 1/4, and then from, well, actually I'm going to start here. 2 1/4 here to this 2 1/4 down here, and then here. So we're going to start with this one, if I can see it. This is the 2 1/4 on the side, and it's going to match with this 2 1/4 down here. I'm going to close that. Make sure I have my scoring blade. Score that, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So find my little mark there, and line it up with this score line down here, and 2 1/4. So now you've got a big X in the middle. So they're the same. Now we're going to draw and you don't actually have to draw anything for this. We're going to cut off the corners. So we're going to line up this 2 1/4 here with this 2 1/4 here, and cut that there, and do the same on this side. So there's the 2 1/4 there, and here's the 2 1/4 here, and cut off that. So this is our card. So you're going to fold these to the inside, and this is our card. So, but maybe I'm going the wrong direction here. Doing this and this, and this there. So these kind of go in, and that goes down. So I'm actually bring my bone folder out here. I'm just gonna burnish those score lines here. Flip it over, do the same on that side. Hi, Vicki. How you doing? Thanks for joining me. So this is our base, and then this one gets folded back. So now I'm going to put the stripes on now so that they have time to dry. So they are going to go, let's see, make sure I do this right. They're going to go on this side here. So this one is for Concordia College, and from what I can tell, their colors look to be close to Misty Moonlight, and I'm using crushed curry. So these are a 1/2 inch. The blue is a 1/2 inch. The gold is a 1/4 inch. So I'm just going to line them up along the side here. I'm going to use some glue. And are you really? You'll have to share your Vicky's saying that she's making graduation hats and caps too, cards too. I'd love it if you'd share what you're making on our Facebook page. I'd love to see what you're doing. I can use all the inspiration I can get. So this is going to be, do you think this will be okay for a college, Vicki? I hope so. Then I've got another piece of misty blue, and I'll have the directions for this on my blog, cottagelanestamper.blogspot.com, and I'll have a PDF I'll upload later. So got those down, and I'm going to do the same thing with the, and I made it a little longer so I can just cut it off. So this is the crushed curry. Try to center that. And I didn't know this, but there are several Concordia colleges. I thought it was like exclusive to Minnesota, but apparently not. There's one in Wisconsin, and there's one in Texas. I can't remember. There's a few more other places too. So, are you doing them in school colors, Vicki? Put that down there. So, get this out of here, and I'm going to just trim off the ends here. It just seems really dark in here. I don't know if it's because I had that blind closed, or it's me. I have glaucoma, so I don't know. It could be my eyes. So we're just going to let this sit and dry for a minute before we do some more folding on that. So I've got my my 3x3 piece of white cardstock, and I'm using the two stamps. This one says, "You are capable of amazing things." It looks like it's crooked. And this is photopolymer, so I want to bring in my paper piercing mat. You're for high school? And on the colors too. Okay, cool. Cool. I couldn't decide if Concordia's colors were, if the misty blue was close enough. And you want to stamp this on the diagonal, by the way. So I'm going to stamp this up here. If I was making a lot of these, I would definitely use my Stamparettas. So, and congrats. And you're going to do that on the diagonal. I think I said that. Then I'm going to bring my little laurel piece. Here's you can make a cutout of a plain. I had cut this out and I had decided that I'd change it. I wasn't going to do it. So this is like the shield part. So I'm going to use that for something else. And this is the laurel wreath part. So, and bring my silicone mat back in here. And I'm going to put a few dots here. And I'm going to put this right here. I didn't have any really good graduation stamps in my cache, which is kind of hard to believe. So I'm just going to put a block on here. I kind of do that sometimes when I'm stamping something or gluing something really fine. I'll just use a block to weigh it down and kind of hold it in place for a minute or two. Then I just cut out fussy cut. I have tassels, Vicky, that I bought, but it looks like I was watching this other woman's videos, and she said that almost all colleges tassels are black. So I made a black tassel. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But I did buy some tassels, and I had gold ones, but they were a little bit too big. So anyway, I just stamped this from a stamp that I had with a bunch of hats on it, and like this, and then fussy cut it to put it there because I thought it needed a little bit of something. So I'm gonna. Hey Pam, hi, how are ya? Are these the Concordia colors? Kate would know, right? Oh, that's right, there is one in Moorhead, and that's Minnesota, right? It's Fargo and Moorhead, and Fargo is North Dakota. So, I've got that going. So then we're going to glue this to the inside here. We're going to flip this over and glue this. Now, you're going to use a multi-purpose glue, or you can use your Stampin' Seal Plus, but you want a strong glue when you're making these. So this is going to go right in here. And then I'm just going to fold this. Let's see. Like this. And this goes like this. So, get this right. So this kind of looks like a person standing with their shoulders. And we're going to just put a little glue in this triangle here to keep it down. So, now, I'm just going to go like that, and I'm going to bring in another big block and sit on top of that to hold it down while it's gluing, and we're going to try to tackle the tassel. So, the woman that I watched, she used ribbon and then just frayed it, but I thought I would try it with the baker's twine. So I'm going to actually cut off a piece about 4 inches. And then I'm going to wrap this around my fingers a few times. And I'm going to use 3 fingers. And I started down here, so I want to kind of end up down there. And I don't know, I think I did it about 10 or 12 times. I'm not sure. I lost count here. So I'm going to, where I started is down here, so I'm going to end down there. Cut this off here. Yeah, I remember Kate was in, I remember going to hockey games with you and to some of Kate's hockey games, Pam. All I remember is really being cold. I I'm not a real hockey person. I don't like to be cold. So I'm just going to lay that down there and tie this around the top as best I can. Actually, if I tie it towards the middle a little bit more, I found that I could actually slide it up. I'm going to tie this one first. And then I'm going to slide this up. Hopefully. So there's just maybe about a 1/2 inch. And then tighten it up. And I'm going to tie it in a knot. How did you make... Oh, DMC thread. That works good too. You know, I knew there was something else, and I couldn't think of what it was. And I used baker's twine because I had it. So that's a good suggestion. Yep, embroidery floss. I do remember making a few like that. So I'm going to just trim off a few ends here for now, and then may trim it up a little bit more. So this is my 3... Let's see, I think I cut it down a little bit. I want this 3 1/4. This is 3 1/2. That's what she used, but I found the 3 1/4 worked a little bit better. So I'm just going to trim off a 1/4 inch on 2 sides here. And maybe I put it together wrong, and that's why mine didn't turn out like hers did. But I don't know. So, and she actually used a brad, and Stampin' Up is coming out with brads, and I tried that, and it wasn't working for me with the, excuse me, with the baker's twine. So what I did was, Stampin' Up has just come out with this combo pack of black dimensionals. So I used the small one, or did I use a big one? I think I used the big one actually. Because they're black and you can't see them. And I just put it underneath that. And you could measure this. I want to get it in the center. So there's 1 inch, there's 2. I'm going to go, here's 1, 2. This is 2 1/4, so I want, no, it's 3. So I want 1 1/2. No, it's 3 1/4, so I want 1. Actually, I think if I eyeballed it, I'd probably just do just as good. So you can measure it if you want. And then I'm just going to stick that diagonally like this, right down there. So actually that's probably about the right length there. So we're going to bring our little guy back in here, and I'm going to put some dimensionals on this side. I got my tassel going down this way, and I'm going to use the small ones again. I think this one here, I used the larger ones, and I think it maybe was just a little bit too heavy, so it would stand. So I'm going to use smaller ones, and I love these new black dimensionals. I'm going to put about 5 of them right in the middle. You want to stay away from the ends and peel those off. And I'm going to, actually I'm just going to line this up with the bottom on the corners there. And if I get that, oops, I'm a little off. I should line it up from the front. There. So, there is our little card. Now, if you wanted to, you could, I tried this, I don't think I like it, but you could put another panel on the bottom, and you could write your sentiment here, and also on here. So, hi Kathy, nice to see you, thanks for joining. So that is pretty much it. I'm not sure what I'm going to stamp on the bottom. I'm going to leave this off for now, but that is our card. So there's Concordia and St. Olaf. What did I say before? St. Olaf and Concordia. So there we go. I hope you like those. So, like I said, I'll have the PDF, and I'll put this to my blog too, and this will also go on YouTube. So, anyway, there we are. Oh, a little glare still, a little crooked still. I'm always off center. Anyway, thanks for joining me. I appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any suggestions for other things that you'd like to see, please post it on Facebook, the Facebook group page, or shoot me an email, give me a call. I love to talk to people. Spend most of my time alone, so it's always nice to talk to somebody. So anyway, thanks for joining me, and take care, and God bless. We'll see you next month. Bye.